Oh, hello, darling. Come on in. Are you all right? You look dreadful. You look like you've been crying. Is that partner of yours ex-partner? I knew this would happen. I warned you. I am not one to say that I've told you so. However, I did tell you. So, I think I want to tell you about something that I've been musing about regarding you. Yes, you. So, I believe you're cursed. I'm sorry to say it, but every partner you've had has been a dunce. They've had thick heads. They've really been either abusive or they've been disrespectful. And to be honest, you are such a beauty. Your visage brings people from all around the realm simply to witness you. People follow you for your looks and for your personality, and honestly for everything. You are fantastic. So I honestly think that the people that you're choosing, it's a curse really upon you and honestly upon your whole family. Because have you met your own father? Not a great specimen, I must say, but here's what we're going to do. I've been dabbling in a little bit of black magic. It's just something that I do from time to time, so it's really nothing too difficult. And some people, they don't like the fact that I dabble in black magic, but to be honest, those people are dead now, so it's really not their concern. And as your friend, right, I think that I should help you exact not only revenge, but break this curse. What say you? Wonderful. Okay, so first of all, I recall you having 6 partners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 perfectly partners who were all terrible, right? So we're going to go through each one and we're going to have a representation of them within our grasp, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to strike them very calmly, but it's going to the black magic is going to bring itself and manifest within the physical bodies, and it's going to be much more powerful. Okay? So, and listen, I am not doing this out of some form of sadistic pleasure. This is mainly to right wrongs. Okay? Okay, so I think the first thing that we should do is talk about your first. Do you remember your first? Yes, it was some time ago. Not that long, but it has been some time. So here's what I think. Your first was a bit of a round person, right? They were a bit round, a bit tubby, I might say. But they were a bit sweet, a bit empty-headed, but nothing too terrible. Yeah, but they did start with the terrible manipulation. You remember that word? I talked to you about it before. Manipulation is when they try to get you to think about something in a way that's untrue. So while that person was sweet and a lot of the time, I think that they either on purpose or on accident were very manipulative. So here is the representation that I have brought for this person. Very round, right? It's not an exact 1-to-1, but it's pretty close. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is figure out what parts of this person right here, do we need to do something with, disable, right? We want to exact some form of revenge. And the reason why we're doing this is that only by, gaining your honor back from your exes, are you able to break the curse. So, what do you think? This person manipulated you, used their words against you, So it might be good to silence them. What do you think? Okay, that is a good plan. Okay, so I have here this pin. It is rabbit shaped. The reason why they're rabbit shaped is because rabbits are prey animals. They do not, they eat from the earth and they simply exist to be eaten. But the rabbit can fight back, and us as the rabbits, you as the rabbit, can fight back. So let's go ahead and just place this within the mouth, like so. There it is. Do you see it? Wonderful. And I'm going to really dig it in because I want him to feel it. I want that person to feel it. Right? There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, is there anywhere else? Simple silencing. Wonderful, wonderful. So that was your first one. Number 1. Let's talk about number 2 then. What was number 2 like? You would say they were a bit lucky. Okay, I would agree. I mean, I remember we were friends, not that close at the time, but I remember your second, and your second was, I was a very sly, very very cat-like. Isn't that right? That's right. They were very lucky. They really loved gold, and they didn't they swindle you? Oh, they did. They really did, didn't they? Okay, so here's the next thing. I made this custom to represent your ex. So here's what we're going to do with this. What did they do to you? Do you remember? Yes, we just said it. They've swindled you. So what do you think we should do to somebody that has swindled you out of gold? How about we take away their legs? If we take away their legs, they can't run away. They can't run away. They can't take something and vanish. They're going to need help. I think that's perfect. So I have the pin here again. What we're going to do is tap it, right? And this is going to strike right into the core of that person. So what I need to do is tap it 10 times on each limb. Okay? So you have to count with me because if it's not going to work, you have to be invested in this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's one limb. Now the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. It's all perfect. And I can tap anywhere else. It won't affect it. It's just the spell on the legs with the 10 taps. So, how do you feel so far? That is your second ex. You feel alright? Okay, well, I need you to really think about the third person now, because we're starting to get into the more heavy stuff, right? Yes, I know. It was quite... What did the third person do to you? Do you remember? Yes, of course. The third person, they just simply... I don't want to say it. It was too brutal. They ate your carrots. And it was honestly, they were your favourite carrots. And it was honestly too much, right? I remember you came to me and you were crying because this third person, the third ex, simply, I don't know, they simply wanted carrots. So, here is the third ex. Fitting, no, they even have tiny little legs and 2 little arms. what do you want to do to this person? This is their hair, by the way. This is a representation of their hair. This is one of the first ones that is quite, sinister. They were really sinister. So here's what I would say. Here's my suggestion, okay? They ate your carrots, so I think you should go ahead and munch on their hair. Right here. The reason why you should do this, I think, and I'm not saying actually munch it, right? I'm just going to clip it with the pin. But what's going to happen is not only are they going to lose their hair, but it's going to scald their skull, right? And why would we want to do that? Well, a scalding skull is mainly orange, the same color of carrots. So they will always remember you. It'll be always on their head. That sinister moment, that sinister thing that they did. So here's what we're going to do. We've got that same pin again. And what we're going to do is there are 3 parts to this. 1, 2, and 3. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do it 5 times on each part. So it'll be 15 total. Right? 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5, 10, 15. Okay? So, let's go ahead. I know you have difficulties with maths. I understand. So, let's go ahead and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, I did 10 on 1, right? What does that mean? I mucked it up. So I'm going to go ahead and restart. I need to channel the magics. All right, let's restart then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that person will feel it. All right, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, their hair will fall off. The skull will be scalding. Therapeutic, isn't it? Absolutely. Okay, so the next one, your 4th. This one I've heard a lot about. That's mainly because they didn't hear a lot about you. Yes, that's right, they did not listen to you. I know that and you know that. They tried their best to shut you out, used you simply for your status, for your beauty, and did not care about any of your thoughts and opinions. And that's honestly the brightest thing about you. So, I have this. This is going to represent them. And specifically, what we need to do here, I have forgotten the pin because this is going to be better. We need to make them not here at all. It's going to be, it's going to be rough for them for a while, but it's the punishment that they deserve, isn't it? So, let's go ahead. 10 times on each ear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The magics are working. I can feel it. Can you? Yes, it's working within your memories as well. It's working all within you. You must trust the process. The process is immensely important. And just as a question, are you ever going to see any of these people again? Good. Good. You shouldn't. You should not do that. So, all right. Next one, we've got a peak. Yes, of course, they were a bear, weren't they? They were hairy, they were big, and they were absolutely. I remember you mentioned it, before. They gave the best hugs. Isn't that right? But what else did they do with their hands? That's right. They gave hugs to other people, and that's honestly worse than anything anyone else could have done. So, here's what we're going to do, okay? We are going to use this. Take these two hands. Not the arms. The arms will be in working order. It's the hands that need, and we're going to just pin each one. And how many times are we going to have to do that? Just the once. Why is that? Black magic is, I would say, a bit fussy, right? It has its own opinions. It doesn't think that hugging other people is as bad as like swindling, but so they do the black magic doesn't really think that because they did something not that bad, in their opinion, not mine, they don't want them to suffer as much. So it's not going to be permanent, but it's going to last for a little while, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead. Just one right here. There we go. Oh my. The black magic has spoken. The pin is now in there. I'm going to have to get another one right here. Okay, let's use this other one and put it right in. Yep, and this one, same as the other one. Both are right here. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. So, how many was that? Round. Carrot. Did not listen to you. Manipulated you. That's the round one. The one that swindled you. And the serial hugger. That's 5 X's, and we have the 6th one. Now, I did not foresee you, having that 6th X for a while. So, instead, what we're going to have to do here is use a simulacrum. I have here, this is what I would call a simulacrum, right? This could be anybody, right? But you have to channel the energy of the person. If you could, give me one identifying feature about this person. It could be a piece of clothing, could be their hair, could be, spectacles, anything that you think would identify the person, and I will put it on here. How did I draw this? With blood, of course. But that's besides the point. Could you tell me? Okay, they had a very distinctive scarf, you say. Well, I'm going to go ahead and draw it with blood. There. Now this person is your person. It's your ex. Now, what we need to do now is figure out what we should do to this person, right? This most recent ex. Now, they're very, you might feel a bit kind to this person. You might feel perhaps that, it's very recent, it's very fresh, and you don't want to do anything. Wrong. I think they deserve everything. Everything that we've done to this person is the culmination of all of the bad exes in one. This is the the final barrier to the curse being broken. So, we must do everything. So I'm going to tap 10 times on each leg, denying use of the legs. I'm going to tap 10 times on each hand, denying the use of the hand. I'm going to tap on the ears, where the ears would be, denying the use, and we're going to go one further. I am going to tape the eyes shut, removing all use of the eyeballs. Okay. Do you think that's rash? Do you think that's too much? It's the curse talking within you. Don't listen to it. Okay. You ready? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A bit of tape. That is all. How do you feel? Changed? Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, the black magic never fails. And, I did mention that the person that, wasn't happy with me practicing black magic, they did, of course, die. And, you might think that I used black magic to kill them, but that is not the case. I simply used a dagger. It's much more efficient. So just letting you know that this sort of thing takes time and works in very, very strong ways. But it's actually healing. Okay? So I'm glad that we went through this. I'm glad that we are here together and that you were okay with this, okay? Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I will have to let you go because, I have many curses that I have to get to. Yours is not the first and yours will not be the last. And I will not require any payment for this. We are friends after all, so you do not have to worry about that. However, you do come from an influential family, so if you could tell the witch hunters that I am not practicing witchcraft. I mean, I am, of course, a man, so they're not really going to be looking for me, but even a man in my position, they might find themselves having a difficult time when people actually see magic at work. So just, by the by, just try and keep an eye out for me is what I'm trying to say, all right? Okay, then. Well, have a cursed free life.